Attaining wisdom in the modern world seems quite difficult due to the fast-paced nature of contemporary life. The current digital age unsettles us with a constant stream of distractions, leaving little room for the thoughtful reflection and contemplation that wisdom requires. The rapid advancement of technology has led to instant gratification and a focus on immediate results. This outlook discourages us from seeking the long-term perspective that wisdom requires. This conundrum is what Paulo Coelho has sought to solve with his widely popular book, The Alchemist. Set in the mystical and exotic landscapes of Spain and Egypt, The Alchemist follows the transformative odyssey of Santiago, a young shepherd boy with a burning desire to explore the world beyond his humble existence. Santiago's life takes an unexpected turn when he encounters a recurring dream of hidden treasures waiting to be found at the Egyptian pyramids. Driven by the urge to uncover the meaning of his visions, he embarks on a pilgrimage that not only leads him to distant lands, but also unravels the mysteries of his own heart and soul. In this summary, you will come across many fascinating tales, which act as a wonderful metaphor for the core idea that the book has tried to explore, the concept of self-discovery. As Santiago embarks on his quest, he encounters a series of fascinating characters who serve as mentors and guides, imparting invaluable life lessons. Among them is Melchizedek, the wise and mysterious king of Salem, who introduces Santiago to the concept of a personal legend, the unique purpose that each individual is meant to fulfill in life. This concept becomes a central theme as Santiago grapples with doubt and uncertainty, learning to listen to his heart and trust the signs the universe presents. The summary is also an attempt to explore the deeper themes that Coelho is exploring through the life of Santiago, who acts as a medium through which he can impart his wisdom. The summary will also try to explore the themes of sacrifice and risk. As we go along, you will encounter how Santiago's willingness to leave behind comfort, take risks, and make sacrifices underscores the idea that growth often requires stepping out of one's comfort zone. Without wasting any more time, let us dive straight into the wonderful tapestry that Coelho has created for us. You are listening to a review of the book, The Alchemist, written by the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho. The book originally came out in Coelho's native Portuguese language in the year 1988. It was translated into English by Alan R. Clark, and that version was released in 1993. This English version was published by HarperCollins. The Alchemist is a book that can be read in 1 or 2 sittings, but its message and impact will stay with you all your life. It is a feel-good fable, a literary parable filled with myth and magic that is, in essence, about the journey of an individual, a quest to fulfill one's destiny. Taken as a literary work, the book straddles an in-between space between fiction and self-help. With its enormous potential for character insight and personal development, it is often seen as a book of great wisdom, with secrets that will help you uncover your own sense of meaning and purpose in life. The Alchemist is one of those texts one could return to when one is feeling down, uninspired, or demotivated. With its lovable and mysterious characters, adventurous plotline, and exotic settings, the reader is bound to be very quickly pulled into its world of magic and truth. The entire book is an allegorical tale While the real events describe a boy's search for treasure, the book is also about everyone's personal legend, how to find their own treasure within. This is why Coelho's enchanting novel has inspired a devoted following around the world. The story itself is dazzling in its powerful simplicity and soul-stirring wisdom. It is about an Andalusian shepherd boy named Santiago who travels from his homeland in Spain to the Egyptian desert in search of a treasure. He sees this treasure in his dreams, but always wakes up at the point of discovering where it is actually hidden. Along the way, he meets various people. Among them, there is a man who calls himself a king and an alchemist. All these characters point Santiago in the right direction for his quest. No one knows what the treasure is, or whether Santiago will be able to surmount the obstacles in his path. What starts out as a journey to find worldly goods turns into a spiritual discovery. Lush, evocative, and deeply humane, the story of Santiago is an eternal testament to the transformative power of our dreams and the importance of listening to our hearts. Now, let us look at some of the key concepts that Coelho has explored through the course of this book. First, Coelho talks about the importance of omens. The Alchemist describes a magical world that exists in its realm, a world where things happen which do not seem to have any logical explanation. Often in our own lives, we turn to faith or superstition. We start to see things that others may not see, or we explain our success through things beyond our control and through supernatural or superstitious happenings. Coelho's characters believe in these signs, these omens. Our faith is taken to a different level in this book, where stones and trees speak and spirits hover around. While these are real in the world of the book, they are also actually metaphors and signifiers of those forces that seem to represent belief, determination, and inspiration for people who seek them. One example of this is shown in an early story in the book. Santiago meets an old man when he is in a village where he has come to shear his sheep. He has started to fall in love with the sheep shearer's daughter and so does not want to talk to anyone. He only wants to dwell on the object of his love. There is an old man sitting on a bench who keeps trying to strike a conversation with him. When he discovers that the old man knows how to read, he starts talking to him. The old man seems peculiar, someone out of time and this world. He reads Santiago's mind and tells him strange stories. When Santiago begins to believe that this man could be a pretender, the old man starts to draw some things with a stick on the sand before them. He reveals things that Santiago had never told anyone and that no stranger could find out. He knows the name of his parents, the name of the seminary which he attended. He even knew the name of the merchant's daughter that Santiago was in love with. He reveals other things that were deeply personal. Santiago's secrets. The story illuminates many things. One of the recurring themes is the presence of guides who help Santiago in his journey to fulfill his destiny. These are the mentors who help us realize our dreams, our purpose. The old man claims to appear in different forms. When people work very hard to pursue their dreams and come to the point of frustration, the point at which they are going to give up on their dream. This is similar to people who spend their lives in mediocre pursuits, not having been brave enough to follow their passion or what they truly believed in. Perhaps their lives would have changed if they listened to their hearts or trusted their destiny. Trust your instincts and follow your bliss. Even if society is advising you against it or circumstances are stopping you from pursuing what you truly believe in, the road is difficult, but the journey is as important as the goal. The next important theme that Coelho talks about is the significance of personal legends. The concept of personal legends is a central and one of the most captivating themes in the book. Coelho elaborates on this idea by saying that each individual has a unique and profound purpose to fulfill during their lifetime. The protagonist Santiago embarks on a transformative quest to discover his personal legend, a journey that takes him from his familiar surroundings as a shepherd to the unfamiliar landscapes of Egypt. Santiago's dissatisfaction with his routine life compels him to heed the call of his personal legend. Through encounters with a various set of characters, including the wise king Melchizedek, the crystal merchant, and the Englishman, Santiago learns valuable life lessons and gains insight into the nature of his quest. Throughout The Alchemist, Coelho emphasizes the importance of listening to one's heart, a crucial aspect of uncovering our personal legend. Santiago's recurring dreams of a hidden treasure in the Egyptian pyramids serve as the guiding whispers of his heart, urging him to follow his intuition despite numerous challenges. The book encourages us to reflect on our lives and consider the dreams and desires they may have neglected or dismissed. The pursuit of a personal legend is not without obstacles though, and Santiago faces numerous trials that test his determination. Santiago's journey teaches us that setbacks and failures are integral parts of the path towards self-realization, and they offer opportunities for growth and learning. As Santiago unearths his own treasure, we are reminded that the journey itself is as valuable as the destination. The next important theme is the concept of fate. One of the fundamental themes of The Alchemist is that our paths are preordained or maktub. The goal of life is to live in harmony with what is ordained for one, or one's personal legend. Happiness depends upon this harmony. Ostensibly, we all once knew, as children, what our personal legends were. The main problem is that as humans and adults, we strive to make things more complex than they really are. In the text of The Alchemist, this problem is mirrored by the experience Santiago has with alchemy. While traveling through the desert with the Englishman, Santiago reads several books about the secrets of alchemy. The books claim that the original secret of alchemy could be written in a single sentence, but that mankind had made its explanations of that secret so convoluted that they could not be understood by anyone. Santiago rejects this and contends that he can learn everything he needs to know about alchemy through his day-to-day life. This conviction that one's fate or personal legend is apparent in any aspect of one's normal life forms one of the most important themes of The Alchemist. The king Melchizedek says later in the book, "When you want something, all the universe is conspiring to help you achieve it." Through this, Coelho has attempted to elaborate the idea that it is fate that puts a desire in Santiago's heart. Fate won't stop him from achieving it. The problem is focusing one's energy on determining what it is that one really wants. Santiago does this during the last leg of his journey with the titular alchemist, when he learns from the desert to look inside himself and silence his petty fears. By silencing these fears, he is able to finally see that he is one with the world around him and that his personal legend is a harmonious part of that world. Next, Coelho talks about the act of overcoming fear. Fear is a recurring and powerful motif in The Alchemist. It serves as a catalyst for personal growth and transformation. The character's encounters with fear reflect the challenges and obstacles that arise on the path to pursuing one's dream, often testing their resolve and determination. Santiago faces fear on multiple occasions throughout his journey. When he first considers leaving his comfortable life as a shepherd to pursue his personal legend, fear grips him. He worries about leaving behind the familiar and embarking on an uncertain path. However, it is his ability to overcome this fear that sets him on a life-changing adventure. Santiago experiences several forms of fear. A childhood fear of having the gypsy woman interpret his dream, a material fear of losing his wealth by departing to Tangier or joining the desert caravan, the physical fear of dying in the battle at Al Fayoum, and the spiritual fear that he will fail to turn himself into the wind when the alchemist forces him to try. One of the most vivid examples of fear is Santiago's encounter with the desert. As he crosses the vast expanse, he confronts the fear of death and isolation. The desert serves as a metaphor for the challenges and trials one must endure to achieve their goals. Santiago's ability to navigate the desert and overcome his fear of the unknown is a testament to his resilience and determination. To read about Santiago's resilient journey in more depth, you have to pick up a copy of the book soon. Now, let us delve into some key takeaways that we can inculcate in our personal lives. The first takeaway is the power of dreaming. The novel starts with Santiago's dream about hidden treasure in the pyramids. He's from a village in Spain and would have to travel for many days if he were to take his dream seriously. We return time and again to this dream, and the entire adventure and journey of the book revolves around the mystical secret behind the dream. It is this elusive quest that perpetuates all the events in the book and the various characters and their actions. Santiago starts with nervousness and uncertainty, like we all do, but this resolve becomes more and more firm through the book. His doubts and fears are highly relatable, and we start identifying with the main character very early in the book because of this. Let us look at an example that Coelho uses to elaborate this. Early in the book, we learn of the shepherd's power of will. He hailed from a poor family, a simple farm family in a village. His parents had sent him to a seminary to study until he was 16. They wanted him to become a priest and thereby a source of pride for a poor, insignificant family like theirs. They worked hard, day and night, to provide basic food and shelter for everybody in the family. But Santiago thought differently from his parents. He was not interested in understanding God or religion. He wanted to know the world. He wanted to travel. When he finally mustered the courage to tell his father this, his father tried hard to dissuade him, telling him that there wasn't a more beautiful place than their village. People from all over the world came there to visit it, and they said the same thing. But Santiago did not budge. He was firm. His father told him that only the shepherds travel, and at that moment, Santiago decided to be a shepherd, even though it was a difficult life filled with hardships and a nomadic routine on every day, having a different place to sleep and no single home. His father, seeing how determined his son was, gave him 3 gold coins that he had found in the fields. This helped him buy a flock, and that's how Santiago's journey begins. The idea of a shepherd and his flock becomes a metaphor for many things in the book, including human beings and their hearts. The search for self, the mysterious force that helps us and supports our desire to pursue our dream. The next takeaway is find the extraordinary in the ordinary. Being grateful for the small things grounds you and gets you living in the present moment, away from the past events that can zap the joy from your soul. If you feel that one day is much the same as the next, break the monotony by noting all the good things that are happening, all the beauty that surrounds you, all the kindness around you. Look for the silver lining and you will find it and feel it. Through the journey of Santiago, the shepherd turned adventurer, the novel demonstrates that even the most mundane experiences can hold transformative potential. Santiago's life as a shepherd, seemingly ordinary, becomes a canvas on which the extraordinary is painted. His observations of the sheep's routines and the rhythms of nature grant him insights into the interconnectedness of the world. These seemingly mundane moments become the foundation of his spiritual growth, teaching him to read omens and understand the language of the universe. Coelho emphasizes the idea that the ordinary is a fertile ground for self-discovery. When Santiago works at the crystal shop, he learns not just about the business, but also gains wisdom from the crystal merchant's life experiences. This phase of Santiago's journey reflects the notion that even in seemingly routine occupations, there are opportunities for profound lessons and personal evolution. Further, Santiago's time in the desert exemplifies finding the ordinary in a barren and tough world. The desert becomes a transformative space where Santiago grapples with fear, loneliness, and uncertainty. This harsh environment becomes a medium for self-reflection, paving the way for Santiago's deeper connection with himself and the universe. Throughout the novel, Santiago's encounters with characters like Melchizedek, the Englishman, and the Alchemist illustrate that even in chance meetings, there are extraordinary insights to be gained. These encounters underscore the idea that ordinary interactions can lead to extraordinary revelations, guiding Santiago and in turn us readers closer to our personal legends. That was a little glimpse into a handful of takeaways from The Alchemist. To read about them in more depth, pick up a copy soon. Now comes my favorite part of the summary, where I share with you the collection of wonderful quotes that you will come across in this book. The first quote says, "The secret of life, though, is to fall 7 times and to get up 8 times. The next quote is, "Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and that no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dreams, because every second of the search is a second's encounter with God and with eternity." And here is my favorite quote. "When we love, we always strive to become better than we are. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too." Author Paulo Coelho was born in 1947 in the city of Rio de Janeiro. Before dedicating his life completely to literature, he worked as theatre director, actor, lyricist, and journalist. With a profound interest in mysticism and self-discovery, Coelho's writing has touched the hearts of millions, inspiring readers to reflect on their own journeys and dreams. He published The Alchemist in 1988. Slow initial sales convinced his first publisher to drop the novel, but it went on to become one of the best-selling Brazilian books of all time. The book has achieved iconic status, translated into over 80 languages, and celebrated for its philosophical insights. Coelho's diverse body of work encompasses novels, essays, and plays, all of which explore themes of destiny, courage, and the pursuit of one's true purpose. His contributions to literature have earned him international recognition and numerous awards, solidifying his position as a modern literary luminary. Now, let us look at some of the wonderful reviews that the book has received, which may just persuade you to seek it out. The first review says, One of the remarkable aspects of The Alchemist is its ability to transcend cultural boundaries. The themes explored in the novel, such as the pursuit of dreams, the importance of perseverance, and the significance of personal legends, resonate universally. Coelho's storytelling effortlessly bridges the gap between cultures, reminding us of our shared humanity and the common aspirations we all have. The next review says, The Alchemist is not just a book. It is a transformative experience that leaves an indelible mark on the reader's soul. It encourages us to embark on our own quest, to listen to the whispers of our hearts, and to have the courage to pursue our dreams, no matter how daunting they may seem. This timeless masterpiece reminds us that the greatest treasures are often found within ourselves, and the journey itself is as significant as the destination. And here is my favorite review. A very inspiring and positive book. It actually gives me hope that the things that I aspire for will in the end I would achieve if only I strive hard and don't lose hope until I get it. Sometimes the detours and the problems that we face now or later on in our life will make sense, and when you remember that moment, especially if you had overcome it, you will know that you are thankful for that to happen, because in the end, you would learn something from it. One of the most beautiful things about The Alchemist is that it retains a sense of innocence, optimism, and certainty. We all have dreams, and we like to hear that our dreams can come true. The Alchemist is an inspiring fable about discovering your inner treasure, about conquering the real world, and about rising above one's circumstances. It shows a carefully mapped out path to realizing one's dream and not giving up. Coelho also points out the condition of losing faith, of giving up on your dream, your passion, your success. Many of us throughout our lives have encountered this sense of failure. That Coelho understands this sentiment so well, and his characters have ways of working around this moment, is one thing that compels every reader to find out what is going to happen next. What is going to be the fate of Santiago's dream? Through the desert sands and celestial omens, Coelho leaves us with an enduring truth. The universe conspires in our favor when we pursue our dreams with unwavering faith.
If your journey feels stuck, you're not alone. We've got you. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps more curious minds discover this content. Subscribe to Being and Beyond and join a growing community that thrives on knowledge, perspective, and personal growth. And if this video resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Your support fuels our passion and pushes us to create better content. Welcome to Being and Beyond.